You got your wish, you're not in the picture.
All right, Miss Danforth, you're on and recording.
Okay, thank you. You're on your
So we're
recording. You're all
on
set.
recording, so we couldn't hear him very well. Will we hear it others? Is there anybody else on Zoom?
I
Okay.
don't see anybody else.
Oh.
Asher Gould.
Oh, okay, yeah, he's a counselor.
See if I can turn this up.
Oh, you're gonna blue.
Ah,
Nice. Welcome. I wasn't sure if you're in person or on Zoom or just.
Where I went.
I didn't know where you were, but we are recording.
See here.
We are recorded.
Sit right here on.
Let's see who else. Let's see who else is on.
Alex, Peter, and Asher Gould.
So is there a way to see everybody?
It looks like the other people have their cameras turned off, so no.
Okay, so there's no opportunity to,
So I have us on the gallery view. If there were other people that had their camera on,
Okay.
we would see them.
thank you for
So,
the
yeah.
IT. All right, so I guess it is 2:01, so we can start this January age-friendly Millinocket committee meeting. Thank you for all those that are here, those on Zoom, those present in the room.
And there's Alyssa.
Nice topic.
Good. All right, we will do introductions because we're gonna have, we have a face. New face on the screen. Can you hear us well? Very good. All right, we just got started. And so let's go around the room. So I'm gonna look at the corner of the room that's not on the camera.
Okay.
So people see. John, why don't you just get started? Then I'll have it for meeting minutes.
All right, hello. I'm John, and I'm a librarian here at Millinocket Memorial Library. So that's my whole reason for being here.
Michelle McGinnis, with Architaden as the Community Development Coordinator. Robin Stevens, Assistant Project Director for Thrive Penobscot.
Lou Pelletier, town councilor.
Committee member, yeah. Jane Danforth, I don't know what, yeah. Chair of this committee and work for the hospital, Director of Grants and Community Wellness and Project Director for Thrive Penobscot. And so do you want to lean in so people? This guy right over.
There you are.
Oh, there I am. That's too bad. Sue Bushard. I do senior check-in Maine to help seniors reach out and, well, anyway, it doesn't much matter because. Well, no, but I'm gonna be,
Right.
but it's to help the seniors within the communities is what it is, so.
Very glad that you're here. Yeah, do you want, we can either move the comfy chair over, you can go back.
Yeah.
Yeah. And let's go to the screen, so. I did hear you were gonna, or somebody from Eastern area was gonna join us. Yeah, thank you. Please
Yeah, my name's Alyssa. I am the community case manager at Eastern Area Agency on Aging.
Very good. Well, welcome. Thank you for joining us today. And I did send the agenda out to our listserv, so there, you might not have it. You'll just be surprised at everything that's on our agenda unless it was forwarded to you by your coworker. So very first thing on the agenda is the approval of the meeting minutes from December 9th. I sent them out internally. I have one hard copy. If anybody saw them and read them or had any additions anything that needed to be corrected, I did not hear back from anybody. So and so that we will
Motion or something.
we'll just put, we are sort of informal, but I just like consensus that it's okay to go ahead and post
Yes.
the meeting minutes. All right, since there's no objection, those meeting minutes will get posted. And I did want to make mention about the meeting minutes. I did go in quite detail the presentation that we had from Stacy Gaverson and the SUFU. She's the SUFU project coordinator, and I connected her with our town manager. And so they're going to work on setting a date to come to the town council to present on their dairy pond project, so that hasn't been scheduled yet. Yeah, I know, I checked with
Oh, it's
Peter.
gonna be in
before we started.
January, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, but I did my part, I did that warm hand off, and I did some follow-up, and Peter was on vacation. Until just recently too, so we'll make that happen, because as we discussed in that meeting, it was important to us to. Support that, and it's some great
Yeah,
ideas.
it is.
And, after that too, I, not remembered, but it came across my desk too, that the AARP Challenge Grant is open now with, application deadline is March 4th, and some of the things that they were talking about the physical space down there, and some of the improvements they wanted to make, we could actually, we
An
could.
application.
Yeah, we could put in an application for some of that once we know more, and we.
Some of the engineering, so we can put it in there.
We'll see. Yeah, and I'm not sure that it was engineering.
Design.
There's like design, there's quick action programs or projects that would have to be done like by December. There's a date, the project completion is actually December, so.
That are wheelchair access.
Yeah, if there's some sort of equipment or benches, I can't remember all on their wish list, but it's something.
Yeah, the dock. One of the.
Yeah, the dock, or maybe more accessible, so there'll be some things that we'll. Keep in mind and follow up and know that it's time sensitive, as a funding opportunity. Potentially, if not that, then we need to think it's about something. We might want to give something more. I wanted to make
I think,
mention
you
of
know,
that.
people wanna go sit by the water.
No, as far as the
Drop a line,
municipality,
maybe.
it's a huge asset to the municipality. We all know that. I think we all have reasons don't want to stay involved and be involved in that. The next thing on the agenda, I'm just so proud to show you this beautiful plaque that we got.
Yeah, nice.
Because it's submitted, I sent it to all you guys, but it was the hard copy of our 3-year action plan and progress report. It is on it is on the town website, on our.
Then I get hung up in the town
And
office.
so now, well, that's what I wanted to talk about, like, how do we want to move forward with this, and we'll.
Right over the bulletin board or something
Okay.
down there.
Yeah, I want to present it, so, yeah, just so people know that it says the town of Millinocket, Maine is a member in good standing of the AARP network of age-friendly states and communities, has successfully completed a cycle of improvement and is recognized for its age-friendly leadership, achievements, and continuing commitment towards being a livable community for people of all ages. So that's a result of the whole community work. And we're being recognized, like on Maine AARP, I'm just trying to think, I'd written it down. There's some different social media outlets that are, posting.
Oh, yeah.
This and have our report posted and getting some good
Yes, you
feedback.
are.
And,
PR.
good PR, so locally, like I'm seeing it statewide, I wanted to ask the group locally, what should we advocate for to, like I said, get this up in town?
Needs to be present, I mean, maybe at the town council meeting, just,
Want me to present it to your town council meeting?
I mean, or.
I know, right, like that's really awkward. Awkward, but it could be a
Pat myself on the back,
Yeah.
oh my good work.
Howard, so that's where it's like, so I think we should, because just locally, just to get some
Yeah.
recognition.
Well,
Present it
Yeah,
to you.
we have to present it to us or any of the other members that want to be there, yeah.
seems like it'd be good PR, like I say, local people probably don't even know we exist.
That's it.
I really think that always starts to come to the meetings.
Yeah.
I'm in awe of what you all do.
No, I agree with that, and without calling anybody out, like, I mention it at council meetings, often, but it never gets a soundbite in the local paper.
It goes over the head.
Or anywhere, so I think we need to, like, sometimes we have to pat ourselves on the back.
Or just to get to be a committee of the town,
Yeah,
you recall.
so I do recall, and it was 2019 that we started this. We started this work and we've gone through a cycle, and I think they mentioned it through the ARP, it's like a 5-year cycle, and we've got our 3-year progress report. Yeah, we started this work in 2019. The pandemic in 2020 slowed us down.
Of course.
Submitted our work plan in 2022, and then we were required 3 years later to have the progress report. Here it is. So Patricia O, who at the state level is like our our key person and our champion and helped us get us started. She said, your progress report was very well done. I've already sent it as an inspiration to another community working on their report. Please share with the committee congratulations on a fabulous report, but more importantly, on the work that it documents. The strong partnerships you have formed meant that Age Friendly didn't just sit within the committee, but has permeated the way many organizations do their work, while also increasing access to the services and programs needed. Millinocket truly is a guiding star in Age Friendly. Thank you for all you've done. I'm looking forward to seeing your next term.
Huzzah.
So ta-da. So like that's our next chapter. I think I shared that with you last time, that we were gonna take a year to figure out and narrow down, because anybody that was involved in creating this, whoo, it was no, but yeah, it was a lot. We like looked at all the domains of livability and thought that we really needed to try to do something in each domain, and I think we realized.
There's still,
Spread ourselves a little too thin in a way, but yeah.
Yeah, it was
Stuff
very
like that.
aggressive sort of work plan, and a lot of the stuff did get done or got
Mhm.
touched on or brought a lot of awareness, but
quite an effort with the Central Street thing, and
oh, yeah, trying to pedestrians, yeah, walkability.
council was
Walkability stuff.
interested.
Yeah,
Sad.
so I guess my message and my hope is, as far as like going forward, like to figure out what's within our reach, our capabilities, our capacity of this group, and not like really narrow down our focus. So there are some things that we have institutionalized in a sense that we will go forward with, and I mentioned it in there, and it's our events. So we're gonna talk about the snow down soon, but the snow down, Earth Day cleanup that Architect and Michelle kind of champions for us and pulls us in, and then the 5K walk run at Trails End Festival that through Thrive Penobscot and this group that we've been able to pull off. So we kind of had 3 signature events. But we've also had the Sand Bucket program from the very beginning that the town has continued to take over, and
Yeah,
Malcolm
has it now.
Yep, he had started it and then it got, it shifted, and so that he has it. Community garden will continue. I'm gonna pledge to make that bigger and better this year. Last year, many factors, and it was underutilized, but I've already have interest of some volunteers to help maintain and sort of, I'm gonna use the word grow that, yes, grow. The grow stuff. So the community, so I'm just saying that will continue. That was something that started here.
On the farmer's market thing,
So we need to talk about that.
yeah, I saw a piece on the news, and it's this organization that facilitates growers to farmers markets.
Mhm.
And make sure they don't have like 5 bringing all the potatoes or 5 bringing all the carrots or whatever. Make sure that you can have,
And they wanted to expand
yeah,
and to help people in Maine participate in the farmer's market.
so they'll find people that will come to your
Mhm.
market and they'll make sure that you're not having a lot of duplication.
Okay. So
Like
that's,
that
yeah, so
variety.
that was sort of, an so I have an update from Barbara. She sent me an email and she's not gonna be, she said, I'm writing to let you know that sadly, I'm not going to be able to be physically present during the summer of 2026. To be the manager of the market or have a resource table. She's gonna be out of the country for July and August. She'd be happy to consult with any volunteers or town staff who want to manage the market and share what I know. But she'd also said, it's in my opinion that we should perhaps step back and take a year to assess whether the town really wants to support any kind of market at all.
Mhm.
And if so, what it should be in order to best serve the needs of the town. So we knew we needed to talk about it, because, I mean, she put her heart and soul into that.
She did.
Yeah,
she
for two,
did.
2 years, and so I support her recommendation if other people do as well, as far as stepping back, unless there's somebody else locally that wants, willing to pick it up, even, she went to instead of going every Saturday when she started, it went to once a month, and even, we didn't have the farmers,
We have any
it was
growers in the area
makers.
that bring, that grows anything for markets.
Well, it's the end up on Peddler's Hill.
Yeah, and
No, I-
also
Oh.
when, like the park that's downtown, the, what do you call it,
Veterans.
No,
No, she's talking about the corner lot, the green
Corner lot.
that,
Dinosaurs partnership.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Heritage.
is it gonna be open eventually, or, cause I'm thinking that that would be such a wonderful spot. Because it's more visual, so people aren't just driving by downtown. I just didn't know if
Well,
that is supposed to be
even in there,
permitted or.
unless they stop and shovel the dirt. It could be used, you know, it's not as if the market isn't up and moved and
So, yeah,
disappears after the weekend.
so currently it isn't town property. It's
It
owned by
belongs.
Katahdin Tourism
You have
Partnership.
to work with them.
Eventually, they're gonna turn it over to the town, but they've got some plans,
They get a complete construction for us first.
yeah,
And say, here, you pay the bill from here on out.
2030, really?
so they have the funding to do that.
Hmm.
So,
That's been 5-6 years, what the heck?
yeah.
Not decade.
With total sales.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who would have thunk it?
So unless somebody else comes forward.
Well, what I was
Put it on,
wondering is, local people,
yeah,
are there any growers in this area other than John Rose?
oh, to like come to a local,
Well, to be maybe somebody that'd be interested in posting it. You know, John Rose grows stuff, I guess.
so here again lies the issue of like somebody championing an idea and taking it, do you wanna be? Do you wanna take?
I'm not, well,
You want-
I don't have.
Do you wanna- Yeah, do you wanna take that on? So. Barbara, I told Barbara that I would follow up with her because we need to follow up with for people that participated in the past to let them know. I don't remember one time that, when Main Street was shut down and there was a group that organized like the sidewalk sale and a big event, a downtown event. It was really cool. I mean, I think there's like an appetite or excitement like for something, maybe a couple times for the summer or once during the summer, something like that to happen.
Anything.
Again, that's event planning, and I know personally, I don't want to be.
Don't want to lose it down. Wonder who it'll be.
So, well, we're gonna talk about that. No, I don't know who it's gonna be either, but another idea I have that I wanna bring forward too. There is Miss Tracy. Oh, good. Oh, I just saw your text. Somebody let you in. Sorry about that. You've been trying to get in and nobody let you in. Welcome.
Sorry.
Oh, you're fine. I figured you were deep in conversation, so I was like, I was reaching out to everyone. I was like thinking of who will be in that room that I can contact.
Well, and everybody has their phone.
Michelle got one, Jane got one. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, you, well, you're here. Welcome, glad to see you.
So we were just discussing the farmer's market and the need for a champion.
Yeah, did you hear that part? Yeah, that Barbara's not, gonna be around this summer. And so if we were to continue it, we would have to have a new champion, somebody else to step up. But it was her, opinion that we take a year off and sort of assess what the, what the town wants and, wants to support something like that. And, what it could be to serve the community like in the future, so to meet the needs of the town.
Yeah, I actually think that's a great idea. I think, we've talked about it before, but she and I had gone to training and out of that came some planning documentation. And I think just kind of sitting down and really figuring out who can, I think it goes beyond just a person. It might be like, a small team. It doesn't have to be a lot of people, but just somebody, so it's not just reliant on one person.
Yeah, and part of the issue were that we didn't have, ended up being a maker's market. She was gonna rebrand it anyway, so like crafters and stuff, because we didn't have people that were growing things. They were coming to Peddler's Hill instead, and that was more profitable for them, and people weren't heading downtown, and so. And what we just talked about, until we have a different space and maybe that corner space, Heritage Park Plaza is developed or we look to have access to it, that it's more visual, or visibility wise, then we just need to take a
We
break.
can't seem to buck Peddler's Hill, so why don't we take it over?
Take it off. It's just a safety aspect. I know with the market, like, cause she had like music and stuff, was trying to be more of a gathering spot too, and that's not a place to gather on Petalus Hill, so just stop, get your stuff and move on so somebody else can drive in. With their stuff, yeah, so.
Yeah, and I think the other thing that Barbara had, kind of lifted up is that it's just more difficult to get to as far as a location. You almost have to have a vehicle to get there, and a lot of people that would like to, access it just
Yeah.
either can't walk up the hill or don't have a way to get there.
And you just walk up the hill.
Yeah.
Scary.
I know, right?
Yeah. So, I'm just looking at my notes before we move on to the next thing on the agenda. Yeah, I was just sharing, all the good news about our progress report, our recognition, the need to move forward with a clearer, or more concise or more, doable work. Yeah. And to that end, I actually have some meeting dates. I want to have like a small work group instead of trying to do it and, our monthly meeting. And Teresa, I'm hoping that you'll come to those meetings, and, anybody on the committee that wants to, but it'll be outside of our regular meeting to narrow down our focus and be, so I want to hear priorities, people going forward, and I'm gonna share my recommendation and one priority that I think, that I would like us to focus on. And we'll try to move forward, and is that we can rename it whatever we want, but a handy helper program, or neighbors, helping neighbors program or something like that. I know 3 other towns that have, similar programs, and, Reedfield and Sacco and Bodenham, so we can look at different models. I did talk with Peter, this morning, town manager, he thinks it's very doable.
Good.
When we don't currently have a community initiatives director, that position is gonna be posted. It's something that potentially could fall under a community initiatives director within the town, so we need to look to see what that would be, a volunteer, building a volunteer base and, list of opportunities for people to volunteer. I think that would be, a good project for this group, and I doubt anybody would think differently. When I looked online for another community, the Reedfield, for example, it could be, so change light bulbs, replace batteries and fire alarms, move furniture, hang pictures, haul trash, clean, at another town, it could be deliver food, go pick up and deliver food. So we would figure out what we had capacity to do and have like a menu of things. It wouldn't be things that you needed to be an electrician or, a plumber or that sort of thing. So, I think,
Get me unstuck in my backyard,
okay, yeah,
spinning my wheels back there.
well, let's prevent it from happening in the first place.
Well, I don't know about that. It's soft ground. It just
Yeah.
doesn't take much.
Yeah, but, I don't know, before we move on, does anybody else have an idea that we can bring forward to the next committee? I say that transportation, so the other thing that's always been, an issue is transportation. I talked to the manager about that, and, at the town level, they were on the road until some funding had been pulled, for an electric van for the town to have, and there was talking with the other communities of that, but some of the federal funding was pulled. So, and I know Tracy is thinking transportation all the time. There's all kinds of organizations, there's lots of entities talking about how we can deal with the transportation issue, so it doesn't just fall on this committee, so we can keep our ears open. If there's any way to help be advocates and move that forward, but it's not. We tried to take that on, the library through Mobilize for Todd and the volunteer, transportation program, and we just weren't able to make it happen. So it's not off our radar, but it would be off our work plan right now.
Being reliable and consistent with it is a problem. You're gonna have a large base of people that are willing to commit to it. Or work it if you're gonna pay them.
So that program did happen before my time here, but my understanding was that things were going relatively well with it until COVID kind of put the kibosh on that. I know that there was an appetite with quite a number of volunteers, so that may well be something that's possible again. Though something that's a little bit more systemic of a solution.
You can collaborate with other organizations that are wanting the same goal. That would help,
Yep.
whether it's finance or people.
Can I throw something else?
Please do, that's
Okay,
right, yeah.
it's not necessarily transportation, but, so kind of to Louis' point about, I'm not sure how many people know that we're here, that we're doing this
Right.
age-friendly thing. Perhaps there's an opportunity to do some kind of, age-friendly public information and comment sort of event, where we can put up like some poster boards about like the different projects that we have done thus far, or that are currently in some kind of process, so, the farmer's market would be one thing that like, we did this for a couple of years. Here's where we're at on that. We've talked about, we want to do a handy helpers program. Here's what other communities are doing. But here's what we are doing with Snowdown, and here's what's happening with the community garden, etc. So if you could have those things like up around the room and talk to people about, so basically, without boring them to tears, this is what the domains of livability are, this is what Age Friendly is trying to do, and basically try to use that event to elicit people to sign up to volunteer for specific projects. And even if they don't volunteer, at least, there could be more information out there. I don't know if we have to bait them in with a bean supper or what, but,
That helps.
it sure does.
Yeah.
So that's my thought. And, having an opportunity for folks in the community to reflect back what some of, hearing about, like, this is what age-friendly communities do, largely. And if there's something that's not really on our radar here, do people have ideas? Cool. And if they do, but nobody wants to volunteer for that, then okay, cool. They said their piece and they can move on. But if we get some champion that's like, yes, I want to run the Handy Helpers thing, then there you go. So that's kind of my thought on that. An opportunity to engage, inform about what we're already doing, and hopefully get some more volunteers that way.
On that, maybe having what other communities are doing.
Yeah,
Spur, so.
absolutely.
No, they say, well, neighbors are doing that, we can pull it off too.
Absolutely.
So how would we get, like, Tracy, maybe we can talk about collaborating in some way around the livability work of the collaborative and.
Yeah, so I have a few things.
Yeah, I was hoping that you would.
So I love what John just brought up. I think it's always a good thing to inform people, because if people don't know what is happening, they just don't know, right? And so my big thing is, if you don't know, you don't know. So I do love that idea, and I know that we've done potlucks in the past that people seem to really resonate around. I think that's a community connector. It can reduce social isolation. It can inform food security needs. There's so much, right? I think there is the opportunity for some intergenerational programming that could then in turn come from that. Some things that just jump really out to me quickly are, story sharing of, like, we have this older wisdom that, has like this wealth of information, knowledge, history. And so really kind of tapping into that, teaching traditional school skills. I know that John and Dan Rogan really involved in the folk school and trying to get that moving. So there seems like there's some projects in that space that really, if we can kind of tie together and get partners coming together. Transportation is a big one for me. I do think there's a way forward. I'm working very closely with a new group called Transportation for the number ME, Maine, which is driving a lot of policy, and it's a really interesting group. They're doing a lot of work with the legislation and multimodal transportation. And if you haven't seen my plan, I'm happy to share it with you, but there is a plan out there. And I do think it's replicable. We could do it in small pieces. You don't have to bite off. We don't have to eat the whole elephant all in one sitting. We can take little nibbles at it. So, and there's a great kind of the arts in the county is already doing these kind of things with volunteer drivers. So kind of revisiting that. Lastly, I'll just say, in order to do everything, we're going to have to come up with some volunteer base and kind of rebuild that. I know it's here, I know it exists, but that community kind of like buy-in of, hey, I only want to work 2 hours a week and this is what I'm willing to do, and just establish like a database of people that can be called on to do various things. So it's not always like, the 7 people, the 10 people or whatever that are consistently, trying to, hey, there's a need for someone to have food, I'm going to go do it. Right. We need to like expand that base. And I think this community shows again and again, in fact, I would say regionally, that we are just committed to our neighbors. And, we just need to figure out the foundations in place that we can deliver the things that we want to.
Anybody know about town area support group where they're at?
So Robin's on the board, as a board member. Yep.
Isn't there a way we could collaborate, maybe have a project
I-
we could fund for them?
I have a meeting next week. I can bring that up. I just know that we're really hurting for volunteers ourselves,
Well, that's,
you know. Yeah.
maybe it's the way you can reach out to volunteers through us.
Mhm.
Have that event. Showcase you as well, I mean,
Mhm.
collaboration is gonna, bring
Yeah,
everybody that's doing the common goal thing.
yeah, I think it would behoove us to figure out what kind of like sort of event or a meal or something to bring people together, and then organizations that are already in need of volunteers that are serving the community in an age-friendly, but like are trying to take care of it, like, I think we need to like.
That collaboration piece with, there must be another group around that does something else,
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we've got something, planted a seed that we're gonna have to figure out how to,
Yeah.
to move forward.
I will make a write-up for my initial ideas about that kind of event, and if anybody wants to work with me on that,
Okay.
I'm
Yeah,
willing to.
thank you.
Yes, of course.
Thank you. Thank you. Any other priorities before, there, that we know that we want to carry forward?
I would just say, Jane, not to like manipulate or monopolize the conversation, but you had mentioned collaboration, the collaborative. And I think this just straight lines into our livability focus area. It's just getting the foundation to like do the things like John was saying, so that it's not just John doing,
That's right.
the thing, right? So if we can figure out the mechanism of getting the information out and getting volunteers excited and, dialed in and connected, then I think that probably is the first, one of the priorities that we should take.
No, I think we need to spend some time together to do some planning and
Mhm.
working together in this next year, but knowing that we have one thing that we're gonna work towards, that handy helper program, but it needs volunteers, so it's gonna kind of go with the answer. And I'm just calling it that, we don't need to call it, we can decide what we're gonna call it locally, or neighbors, helping neighbors, or whatever it's called, but I think, something more tangible that's service oriented, as opposed to, like, I'm on other calls with other communities and I hear about what they offer, what they do, and it's like, oh, I feel like sometimes we become event planners, and I personally don't want to take that on. I want us to change systemically, things that are gonna last and be here. Sustainable, yeah, and think about the committee structure, and I think just some bare bones are back to foundation that we have. And there was one other thing that I had put down here. I had just listed some of the, the community gardens, the events, the farmers market, sand bucket program, but also we've successfully because we're an age-friendly committee or community, we were able to get a couple different grant opportunities and stuff that benefited the town, and like the Community Connections grant was over $9,000, and our fire chief is using that money very effectively, about some combination, carbon monoxide and smoke detectors he's putting in, and he just got some fire extinguishers and, you know, put that out there. So I want to work with him to like, age friendly needs to be tagged onto that. I mean, it's through this committee that we were able to receive those funds. So, to, I guess, to get the recognition that it's a partnership and lots of good things are happening. And the file of life cards we got through AARP and even University of Maine Center on Aging, you know, so I guess I need to be better at pointing out the benefits of having that we're enrolled in the AARP, you know.
Yeah.
Network and the benefits have helped us greatly. So,
I want to keep getting money, I think we ought to.
so good. So, I will follow up with, Robin and I talked about a couple dates in the next couple weeks, to see who's available. I can put it out to members of, you know, here who want to come to a follow-up meeting. And so next Tuesday, I'm gonna put out there whether Tuesday or Wednesday, in the morning, the 20th or the 21st. And the 27th and the 28th. So in the next 2 weeks, this Tuesday and Wednesday are sort of are good days for us. I'm not sure. We'll see what others can work with.
I could do the morning of the 20th.
I know you guys are all looking, and I could do a doodle poll, like when we leave here tomorrow, I can put that out there for you guys and see what works. In the background. Okay.
Time in the morning.
It's open. What time are you up?
I
Not working.
wake up at 6, but I don't
I know,
crawl out of
right,
bed
yeah.
till noon.
Yeah, well, okay. You would be a Zoom member if we did that. I will, so we don't take time in the meeting, figure out a meeting date. I'll follow up with an email and we'll set something in the next couple of weeks so that we're not putting this off. I wanna, yeah, I wanna do better at like, just get a meeting date and, yeah, move things along, so.
Yeah, I have a board on the housing corporation. Every meeting on Zoom, because it's at 9 in the morning,
Oh, yeah.
so they get to see me in bed there.
Oh, well. Participating. So I'm gonna turn it over to Robin, because she's been the one that had led our snow down planning in the past. I'll remind you that last year it was canceled.
It was canceled last year. I wasn't even gonna be around that.
I know, I left that week. I don't work.
No.
I was like.
It was all on Jane and she
So,
looked out for it.
I was gonna be there this year.
You're not this year. No. So anyways, we do have a date. It's Sunday, February 15th. From 1 to 3. We're probably gonna meet like at 12:15 or so, just so we can get everything set up. I just sent an email to Tom because we don't have the rec department, or I'm just not sure. So anyways, I ended up getting an application in to make sure that we got the ice rink, all that set. But now we're just gonna, we've done it for so many years now, it's pretty easy. We already have hot chocolate from last year that we never used. But we'll still need to work on wood, volunteers, somebody handling, the bonfire, the grill, hot dogs, whatnot. So yeah,
Unfortunately, I'll be on a cruise,
oh my goodness.
first one ever.
Oh,
Nice.
awesome, exciting. Yeah, and right now, I mean, with the weather, remember, normally we don't even have snow or ice like at this time, but I'm hoping,
Scary.
Yeah.
hoping that that's gonna work out, yeah. So people will probably get an email from me, or if anybody knows if they are interested, Sunday, September,
Yeah.
February 15th. That's the start of winter vacation for the school department. I'm still not sure about Winterfest. I think Winterfest is still gonna
I've
happen.
seen some posts on Facebook with the, snowmobile club that they're gonna have.
Because they normally do a snowmobile parade Friday night. And then I'm not sure what goes on. Usually there's something on Saturday and then
The
Sunday.
bonfire or something, right?
Yeah, so.
And I know Tom, we didn't see him on here. We were hoping he was gonna be here for a little bit. But we'll follow up with Tom because he helped out a lot last year as far as connecting us with
Yeah.
resources
The mats, I can't remember. did the town ever purchase
I
masks?
think that there was some, yeah, as far as the skating.
Yeah, the sound system. I need to go down to the hut, where all our equipment is stored and just make sure that we still, what we have and what we're gonna need. So anyways, yeah, I'm hoping I can get some volunteers for that day. Any questions?
I know,
I mean,
right?
it's still
Yeah.
at the beginning, but
Yeah, but it's not the.
yeah.
it's
I
not-
also, I got in touch with, Bailey down to Katahdin Gear Library. So I'm hoping too that we can still do some cross-country skiing over at the high school, the track and field. Get that groomed and we'll see what we can do with that.
Suppose that Skeeto will be up and running.
Well, that's what I was wondering too,
Yeah.
whether Skeeto, yeah, because that was something we were hoping.
We'll have to get an update on that. I know there was some.
That was advertised, you'd get quite a turnout.
And that's further up the.
It's
you know,
up the
every
road,
area,
right, but
residential areas right by
It
the.
would still be kind of neat.
Yeah.
Good little hike for them to get over
Yeah,
there.
no, people used to go and
Run
use
this
the
way.
sliding hill anyway during that time. Yeah. All right, I guess it's gonna be individual conversations with the see who can.
Yeah.
Yeah, who's available to help out.
Yeah.
to-
We already got two people we know for sure are not
They're
gonna be there.
Yeah, could have been a firebug.
We'll rally the.
And again, too, if it's a storm day or whatever, we cancel it, we do not reschedule. It's either the 15th
Or
or,
it doesn't happen.
yeah, it doesn't happen.
No rain
It's
dates.
just easier that way to,
Yeah.
you know,
So people aren't, who are willing to volunteer, don't take
Right.
up 2 weekends,
Yeah.
you know, just. Okay. All right. Well, you know, you got me, Robin, and we'll follow it up with you and see how we can pull that off. So I'm gonna go on to member updates, and I know, Sue, I'm gonna put you on the spot. You had emailed me some things had changed with you and the senior check-in stuff, so you just wanna share
Yes.
where you're at with that?
The senior check in Maine, I really put myself and done as much as I can. And I mean, I went and gave out pamphlets to area businesses and the hospital and everything. Then I spent over $50 sending it again out to the various communities between Millinocket, East Millinocket, Medway, and Lincoln. And I received not one back. I'm done. Because it was costly it was very professionally done with with an explanation and I gave an extra one flyer so they could post it if they wanted to. And, you know, it's too bad, but I didn't know if somebody wanted to, I don't think anyone would want to take it over. But if anyone is interested in taking it over, let me know. The expense itself for the website is very minimal. And as you all were talking, I thought, well, geez, maybe senior check-in Maine, age-friendly Millinocket could be used to promote what you do and to make it visible, to make it known. You know, I mean, if give it thought, maybe that's something, but I'm done with it and I removed it from Facebook. And it's too bad because I was signed up to go with they call it like Tubi, Jubilee TV, which is like Zoom, but what it does is that the parents and the others can all communicate, come on at any time they want. It doesn't matter. And they can schedule appointments for you. They can do reminders for you. It's an awesome setup. There's a one-time fee and then after that you pay monthly, which is quite minimal. So that was something I was hopeful with. But again, it was too much with nothing in return. And I don't have the reachability like this group does to reach out or to know people and to access people. So I'm sure I don't know if people didn't trust it or, you know, and it's
My feeling a little
too good to be true.
no, I think it's too proud maybe a little bit, or not want to feel that they're not independent, you know?
Mhm.
I know that's,
But so many people will get the bracelet, will get on TV. A lot of people I know already have that. And you know, to me, this was really a good thing to have. But evidently the communities weren't interested in it. I gave it my best shot and, we're pretty much, I'm done with it anyway, so. And it's been nice. The group has been awesome. I appreciate, you know, the being on board here and whatnot. So thank you for letting me be a part of the group.
Absolutely, and feel free to
So-
continue to come.
Yeah.
I like, you know, and I just might because
Yeah, should be a number.
I like to do things behind the scene.
Yeah.
I'm not one to want to go out much. It may be a monthly baking thing that you could use the donations for whatever, you know, but once a month isn't a lot, and if you get it out there that, you know, but and I'll probably still keep coming. See if there's something I'm interested in.
Sue, I just wanted to thank you. I know it was a lot of work and it seems like a really incredible way of like connecting people that are still living, you know, independently, but you know, kind of need that extra help, especially if they're homebound or whatever. So I just wanted to say thank you for, you know, trying to be that platform and providing that service. I'm not sure what the disconnect is. You know, if people just don't know about it, or like Louis said, that, you know, sometimes people have this mindset, well, you know, I should be able to do it myself. But I just want to thank you for
You're
all the
welcome.
time and effort that you've put into it. Yeah.
Yeah, me as well. Yeah.
Well, I tried,
appreciate
that's
you.
all I can say.
And you did, yeah, you did.
Yeah,
And we say that, I mean, we've tried things that haven't worked out as.
I know.
But it's hard when it does, it's hard when it doesn't, but, yeah.
It's not catchy.
No, for you.
Yeah.
Does it, so, anything else before I move on?
Oh, no, I'm done.
You're done, you're done. I'm not
Literally.
done.
But again, thank you all,
Please
so.
keep coming back when you're interested and want to.
Yeah.
Appreciate you. So is there any other member updates, something that we want to share while we're still here? I'm gonna look on the screen, I'm gonna look on the screen.
Well, I just want to say that I'm continuing to work in the food security space. I know Robin did and Jane did a lot of that work. And if there's someone else that's sitting there and did put effort into it and I'm not acknowledging that, I apologize. We are connected with the Maine, I never can get this acronym right. I don't know what is wrong with my brain, but the Maine Council of Food Networks, we are working with them. And you know, that is kind of a priority for me within the collaborative. We just have so many things going on. And especially with Diana leaving in the livability space, even though she left an incredible team, you know, it's still going to be some time to just kind of like figure that all out and kind of get our sea legs back. So that is something that I continue to work on in that food security. In fact, I was a little late to this meeting because I am also involved with the, oh my gosh, the National Council on Food Rights. And Maine is one of the only states to have a right to food as a basic need, which is really interesting. So really kind of like expanding our reach beyond just regional to state to also national. So I hope that there's exciting things to report in that space going forward. But right now, for the collaborative, it's definitely a priority within the livability space for me, just personally. Yeah.
Yeah, and I want to continue to be involved through Thrive and Prep through my work outside of this committee too, as far as the food security. Keep me in the loop. Yeah, thank you.
Of course, I'll keep you in the loop. I have your phone number, email, not that helped me to get in the meeting, but
Keep me I can't multitask, you can see. Oh, sorry. Well, you figured that out on your own. You're very resourceful then. Is it, so, is there anything from Eastern area we need to know about other? Alyssa?
Not that I'm aware of. As you guys know, this is my first time here, so I wasn't told of any updates that I had to share. I'll just share quickly that I am, like I said, the community case manager, and that's a brand new role at our agency. So that's something that, we're still, working the kinks out with, but that is an exciting thing for us to be able to do a little bit more personalized support for individuals who are really just struggling, either keeping track of things in their day to day or, looking for housing resources, things like that, food resources. The last thing I'll mention is ours is a little bit different than regular case management. So it's 1 to 3 months that I'm meeting with folks on typically a weekly basis. So it really is looking at how do we prioritize their current highest needs and trying to make some progress in that shorter period of time. And then if they need further support for, regular case management, long-term case management, then we can look at that as well. But yeah, just to kind of give a quick overview of that new role that we have.
So I do have a question because you have probably quite a broad area geographically that you cover. Like, who are you serving? Like, we're in Millinocket. Is there somebody in Millinocket that could use your resources?
Yeah, so that's a good question. So as of right now, I can work with anyone in the 4 counties we serve, so Penobscot, Piscataquis, Hancock, and Washington. If they are not able to come, I'm based out of Brewer, so if they're not able to come to our Durgan Center, I would be doing it either over Zoom or over the phone. And sometimes if people are housebound, that kind of works the best anyway. I have one person that I meet with right now over Zoom, and that seems to be, the easiest option for him because he just had surgery. But yeah, I do meet with people in person in Brewer as well.
So it's just a call to the Eastern Area Agency on Aging line and say, I want to talk with their case manager?
Yeah, typically they would probably talk to one of our resource specialists, which is the role I was in.
Okay.
They would most likely speak to someone there first, and they would just gather some information and see if it might be a good fit, and then they would make a referral over to me.
For referral. All right. Thank you.
Yeah, of course.
Any other updates or anything in the room? I don't know who else. I know you just pulled up. Is there other people on Zoom that are just sort of listening in or that wanna, okay.
Same folks who was.
Same folks before? Okay. Nobody's come on video to like say, here, I'm here and I want to know more or speak up. All right, have I forgotten anything? I know that everything that's on my agenda, the next meeting date for our regular monthly meeting would fall on February 10th, Tuesday, February 10th. And then I just put on the agenda the 2nd February of the month, so like the March 10th, April 14th, May 12th, June 9th, if we were trying to get it on our calendars, and we'll get it on if all those work for the library at this time. Cool. And if not, I'll let people know.
5 minutes.
Yeah, and at least people here, I'll follow up with an email who wants to be on a work group to come together, next week or the following week, and let's do some work. Yeah, let's do some work.
I had a quick question, actually, and this is just an informational question. Is anybody aware of a new group called Daughters of the King? I've been seeing a lot of their posts in
I just asked Robin or talked to her about that because I saw the post that we should know about them if they're food I mean, it looks like they're trying to help the community.
Right.
Yeah, no, we don't, other than I've seen what you saw.
Okay,
So-
maybe I'll try to reach out to them on Facebook.
I'm gonna try and
Yeah.
do some investigating too
Yeah.
on
Yeah.
who it is.
Well, it's their names are on here, Jillian and Grace, but not
Grace,
a
but
last
that-
name.
Right.
Yeah, so I don't know. Yeah.
So
I was just
it's-
wondering.
Oh, maybe John knows.
I have a very tiny amount of information. So it is a group that is associated with the Episcopal Church.
Okay.
So they're Episcopalians, and it seems that they do good works and have been around for approximately 140 years.
Well, I did some investigating into like the actual group,
Yeah.
but I just figured they
Hey, I've
should
never
be
heard of
looped in.
local.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're
Yeah.
in Millinocket, so they should be looped in if we're doing,
Yeah,
you know,
Terrace.
right. Yeah.
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 No, I think we're all on the same page as far as like if there's another community resource.
They seem like they do handy dandy stuff.
Yeah,
From
we
what I was
want to
reading.
know about them and see how we can, work together or how that fits. and stuff.
Incorporating with a resource.
Yeah, yeah,
Get Louie on it.
I know, right? All right, well, we'll talk about that too. About this. Yeah, no, appreciate that because it's interesting through social media, you see there's so many people that are there. When you talk about need for volunteers, there's so many people out there that say, I'll do this, I'll deliver food, just like call me or, private message me or something. So I think we need to follow up on all the needs of people post that out there and
Yeah.
do direct cold calls or whatever and just say, yeah. Like you said, there's people need to be asked and they might be interested, so we need to create our strategy around that. Very good. Thanks, Tracy, that's interesting.
It is interesting, and I just felt like, and one of our big things is let's work together instead of replicating services.
Oh my
So,
gosh, yeah,
build those coalitions, really.
absolutely. Yeah, good. On the same page there. Well, thank you. So we will adjourn this meeting. I appreciate the hour. Gave you back 3 minutes, 2 minutes or 4 minutes, however, whatever your clock says. And we'll be in touch by email and hopefully see people back here in February, if not before.
Awesome. So.
So we'll see. I don't know if Peter's on there to close out the meeting.
Manager. Yeah.
Good to see everyone.
Thank you.
Melissa, it's nice to meet you.
Bye-bye.
Or we just log off and he ends
Yeah,
that.
so he probably just.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they'll figure it out.
figure it out. There we go.
But they did have a website that it's under construction.